Hi, my name is Trina Lopez, and this video is for EDTE 3800. And I'm making this video to talk about the board meeting that I watched. So, because of COVID, it wasn't easy for me to find a board meeting to go to. So, what I did was I watched the most recent board meeting on the archives that was used as a resource, that was left as a resource from the professor. So thank you for that. Um, the board meeting that I watched was Kern High School District. This specific board meeting was November 2nd. So, I mean, it was a few weeks ago now, almost a month ago. Um, so, like, during this meeting, they were already out of the purple tier. And then now, while I'm making this video, we're back in the purple tier. That's something interesting to notice. So, Kern High School District, 40,000 students that they have, grades 9 through 12, Kern High. Uh, so I looked up their board members on their website. So, their president is J. Brian Bately, excuse me. They have five elected members. I know the VP is Joey O'Connell, and those two were really active during the meeting that I've noticed. It was really formal the way it did it. So I'll get to that in a second. They meet once a month, so at least once a month. So their next meeting is supposed to be on the 18th of December. So that's actually really far apart from November 2nd to December 18th. But like I said, it's once a month. Um, so a couple things that they covered in this meeting, um, at least what it said in their agenda was the superintendent's office. If he had anything to say or any business he had to like present, educational services, instruction, and some human resources stuff. So a lot of like the way it was in there was they had math. Everybody has masks, and like I said, it was really formal. Motions were passed. Somebody had to second that motion, just to get that conversation started. It was super formal, like I said. Uh, some stuff that really interested me during this meeting was his name was Dr. Scott Cole from the education department. He presented like kind of like a game plan to bring more and more students in. At the time, like I said, they were away from the purple tier, so they were making an initiative to bring more students back, like cohorts. And a lot of stuff he said were actually really interesting. Um, so just drastic changes from like how normal school used to be. So, for example, more temperature monitoring. Excuse me. So it would be not contactless. So it would be the ones that go to your forehead and then detect temperature that happened. Hired more custodian, more training, more awareness to COVID. The buses were cleaned regularly. There was a specific meal plan for each cohort that was in the school, and obviously touchless sanitizers. And then another thing that I noticed was the president, like I said, he was active. Brian Bailey. He asked the speaker like questions when he had a question about like the game plan that he had that was presented at least, and they were really good questions. For example, I know that California they have certain guidelines to like what happens when a student becomes infected or tests positive. Um, so if there's a case in a classroom, that classroom is supposed to shut down for 14 days. If multiple classrooms are shut down, and or 5% of the students in the school are infected within 14 days, then the school shuts down. If 25% of schools shut down in the district, the whole district shuts down. And that's actually that was crazy, and I hope it never comes to that for any district. So what the question that the president had was, um, you know, what what would constitute like the 5%. So they were doing the quick math, and for example, a student body of 2,000, if 100 are infected, then that school would have to shut down. Uh, Another thing that really interested me during this during this motion hearing was the hearing of citizens. I thought that was really cool. Um, they presented like comments to the board. One very interesting comment to me was the introduction of a class. This certain class was ethnic studies, and it just did the pros of what ethnic studies would do for public school. I know that it would be really like it would have been cool for me to study ethnic studies in high school. I didn't get to ethnic studies until college, and I didn't realize the importance of diversity. So I thought that was really cool. I really like the experience, even though it's COVID and I couldn't really like be live, and I had to watch a a pre-recorded one. But either way, in the future, I hope to actually go to a board meeting. But it goes to show how I don't want to say bureaucratic, but how formal and structured the districts are with their rules and like their members. A lot of the stuff from the textbook. So that was really interesting. And like I said, I plan to go one day.